For me, this is kind of a personal topic, but it doesn't really have to do with any, um, I guess you can say, like trauma or crazy experience. It's just kind of like a mindset, like how I've been trained to think. And I just kind of want to run this by the the YouTube community and see, like if you guys feel the same way. So, with all the back and forth that happened last year and the last 4 years with Donald Trump and Biden, obviously there's been a huge push and there's kind of been a lot of separation, even more, between the right and the left. And it opened doors to a lot of old ideologies. One of them being CRT, another of them being Marxism heavily weighing in on the topic for today. So I always found it interesting how the Marxists would say, well, people that criticize Marxism rather would say, well, Marxism ideologies aim to separate the rich from the poor and to build wedges within society based on different characteristics. They also talked about how it was basically an assault on the family to disrupt the family unit. But something I found to be incredibly interesting, and I'm actually kind of, I'm curious as to how this is going to come across. But part of the Marxist ideology was to separate men from women, to help women feel oppressed by men. And that push was something that we saw earlier on in the foundation of this country. Obviously, this country was founded in late 1700s, but when I talk about the earlier foundation of the country, what I mean is the cultural climate of the country now, our how we got here. I feel like a lot of the cultural ramifications and modernization, the woke culture, the feminist ideology, all that kind of, to me, started in the early 1900s. So, the 20th century. So, women's rights, I believe, was in the 1800s, but, like women's right to vote. But, like, this real push for them to get into the workforce and to basically not have to raise their own kids. That kind of got to be more popular around World War I, World War II, when all the guys went out to war and there wasn't anyone to work the factories. So, long story short, the way that we got in the factories, the way that we got in the workforce, was by being told that we should be allowed to wear the pants in the house as well. We should be allowed to be out and doing the thing that the man does. And then we did. And now we work. And now we have kids late. And now we are miserable. According to a lot of surveys coming out now, women kind of waiting until 50 to start a family. And they hate themselves. But I say all that because I think women have forgotten what actually makes them happy. And be that as it may, no matter how controversial this might sound, men make women happy. Like I can't even believe I'm saying that, but that's the truth. Like, men actually make women happy. And being able to be there for the man makes women happy. It seemed like women started to get cranky when the men were gone, when they were away at war, when they were not here. And the times when there was peace between men and women, the roles were incredibly easily defined, and it seemed like everybody was happy. Like, the guys were happy to leave the house, go out and work hard in the fields, come back home, bring home the bacon, if you will. And the woman was happy, at home taking care of the kids. They were just happy. It just went on like that for eons. And then all of a sudden, here in America, women are oppressed. And it's a problem for them to have to raise children and be moms and make sandwiches for their husband. So, I don't know, why this is so novel, but I think we kind of have to work backwards and look at where this all started. It all started with a bunch of lesbians who were cranky about probably not having a guy in their life. And really not the best representation of women. And the people who gave women their rights were men. So it's like we're kind of back at square one, people. We're talking amongst ourselves and relying on men to save us. It's because we have adopted this notion that we are oppressed because we're doing what comes naturally to us. It comes naturally to women to want to stay home with her child. That is a natural behavior. We're being told in the United States that it's unnatural, that you should want to be a lawyer and a doctor and an engineer and have somebody else raise your kids. We're being told as women that it's natural to put your child in a school system at the age of 5 when all he wants to do is stay home with mommy and let some other person who you don't know have them for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. We're being told that that's normal. We've been told that that's normal for generations now. That's not normal. Most people never did that. The kid never, they never left the house until they were like at least 8. Okay? So, it is not wrong for women to be women in the natural sense and the traditional sense, and it is not wrong for them to be happy with a man. And to be happy, to make the man happy, that's not wrong. That's a good thing. And I'm just curious as to what other people might say about this. But yeah, I'm just going to pause it there and we'll talk again later.